and welcome to Wanna Be a Chef. Today we are going to see gluten-free chocolate brownie. So for that we need 225 grams of chocolate. I have taken dark chocolate as well as the milk chocolate. So this is of 225 grams. So we need 3/4 cups of sugar. This is normal granulated sugar. We need 6 tablespoons of butter. This is unsalted and it's at room temperature. 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. We are taking cornstarch because this is gluten free and it helps in binding the brownie. So we are taking 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence, 2 eggs at room temperature, 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder. In a microwave safe bowl, and I'm going to melt this butter here, but you can do it on a stove top also. So I'm taking 6 tablespoons of butter in a microwave safe bowl. So our butter has melted nicely. To this we are going to add our 3/4 cups of sugar and we are going to mix it really well. And then we are going to add in our chocolate. That is the 225 grams of chocolate what we have chopped and kept it. So we are going to add everything together and we are going to mix it until the chocolate has been melted. You can do this on a stove top also until the chocolate is melted. I'm going to again keep it in the microwave for 30 seconds to melt the chocolate. But when you're doing it on a stove top, you have to do it on a double boiler. So we have melted the chocolate in the microwave. We're going to give a nice mix and we're going to let this sit for at least 2 minutes until the temperature of the chocolate comes down a little. Just give a nice mix to everything so that you don't see any chocolate chunks here. If you see any chocolate chunks in this, then you have to do it again. I mean, you have to melt or put this in microwave or on a stove top once again until the chocolate and the sugar is completely well combined together. So now we are going to just let this sit for 5 minutes because the chocolate will melt automatically with the heat of the sugar as well as the chocolate what we have and butter. After 5 minutes I'm using a hand mixer here. You can use a hand whisk, but hand mixer will take lesser time. I'm using the hand mixer and I'm going to beat this for at least 2 minutes. After beating for 2 minutes, I'm just going to scrape the sides, and to this we are going to add in the eggs one at a time and we are going to blend it or mix it every time we add in the egg. This goes the first egg. And while adding the second egg, we are going to add in our vanilla essence or extract, whatever you've been using. So we are going to mix this once again. To add in our second egg, make sure that your eggs are at room temperature. That makes your batter light and fluffy. And every time you make any cake of mine, when I recommend it to be at room temperature, just use it at room temperature. To this we are going to add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. If you don't like vanilla essence flavor, you can add chocolate essence also. So I'm just going to whisk this again until it is well combined and you don't see any sugar granules. This might take around 5 minutes. To our chocolate mixture, next we are going to add in all the dry ingredients, that is the corn flour or corn starch what we have. 3 tablespoons of corn flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Next we are going to add in 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder and we are going to mix this using the spatula first. Then we are going to use the hand blender to see to it that we don't have any lumps in our mixture. So now I'm going to use the hand mixer and I'm going to blend this for around 2 minutes or until we have a nice smooth texture. So now we are going to use this. Our brownie batter is now ready. We are going to put this in a greased and lined baking tray and we are going to bake this at 180 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. I have greased and lined a square baking pan here. So we are going to put this in this pan and we are going to bake this, as I mentioned, on a preheated 180 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. Our chocolate brownie, gluten-free chocolate brownie is just out of the oven. I have inserted a skewer, you can see that, and it has come out clean. That means it is baked perfectly. So for you, I'm just showing you baked perfectly. So we are going to let this cool down in the tin for 10 to 15 minutes. Then we are going to demold it and I'm going to show you the inside or texture of the gluten-free chocolate brownie here. Brownie was cooling in the tin for about 10 to 15 minutes here. Now we are going to take or cut the piece. I'm using a butter knife here. If you have a normal knife, then you can do it. Just going to make the piece out of it. I'm going to show you the texture of the cake. See that on top it is all browned and it is like cracks you can see, which is just like brownie, and from inside it is moist and gooey. So this is a good gluten-free chocolate brownie recipe. I hope you like this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for such interesting and easy recipes. You can also visit me on my Facebook page, which is given in the description box. Thank you and keep watching. Hello and welcome to Wanna Be a Chef. Today we are going to make gluten-free cake. For that we need 3 egg yolks and 3 egg whites, which I have separated. And for the first timer, I suggest you keep your eggs in the fridge for some time so that it's easy for you to separate the egg yolks and whites. We need 60 grams of milk. This is normal milk, but if you want soya milk you can take it. We need 50 grams of sugar, 65 grams of rice flour. We need 25 grams of vegetable oil, pinch of cream of tartar, and 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. So let's get started and bake our gluten-free cake. So first we are going to take our egg whites and we are going to beat it until it is foamy, and this might take around 5 to 6 minutes. To this we are going to add our cream of tartar and we are going to whip it, and gradually we are going to add half of our sugar which we have taken. Now I'll be adding sugar little at a time, and we are going to whip this for stiff peaks. You can see that we got a nice meringue. Now we are going to keep this aside. Next we are going to take in our egg yolks. So next we are going to whip our egg yolks, adding our sugar. So always remember to whip your egg whites first, then whip your egg yolks. And if by mistake you whip your egg yolks, don't use the same blades for the egg whites, because you will not get the foaminess or the stiffness in the egg whites. So because we have already whipped egg whites, I am using the same blades here. So we are going to whip this until it is pale. Now to our egg yolks we are going to add in our oil, 5 ml of oil, and next we are going to add in our milk and we are going to whip this again. Next we are going to add in our rice flour and we are going to add in our baking powder, what we have, and we are going to whip it again until it is just combined. I have scraped the sides in the middle. Now we will remove the blades of our hand mixer. We don't need it anymore. So next we are going to add in our meringue to our egg whites. So we are going to take little out of it first and we are going to mix it. So that it is well combined. We are going to do this in 3 portions or 3 times. Just mix it really well so that your egg yolks and egg whites are well combined with each other. Don't do it rigorously, just with a softer hand or lighter hand. Just mix the meringue, just fold in the meringue, I can say. So now we are going to include second portion of it. So similarly we are going to add in everything. You can add vanilla essence also in this. I'll be adding at the last, though I have not mentioned it in the ingredients. Now I remember that I forgot. So I'll be adding once I add in all our ingredients, and we are going to fold it once again. So now when I'm adding the last portion, before folding it, I'm adding the vanilla essence. I'll be adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. I'll be folding it once again with a lighter hand and line a 6-inch baking tray here. So I'll be transferring my batter and I'll be baking this on a preheated 170 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes or until a skewer comes out clean. Our gluten-free cake is just out of the oven. I have inserted a skewer and it has come out clean. We are going to let this cool down in the tin for around 10 to 15 minutes. Then we are going to demold it and I'm going to show you inside of the cake, or you can say the texture of the cake. The cake was cooling in the pan for around 15 minutes now. So we are going to demold it. We are going to first loosen the edges. Then we are going to tilt it upside down. I'm taking a butter knife here. You can see already our cake edges have been loosened up. So just rotate it and just take a plate and tilt upside down.